And actually, to help you stay, we have someone coming in from Dignity Platform.
Fantastic.
Luke from Dignity Platform.
Very much
Shall we get him on the stage?
Absolutely.
Luke, come and join us. Come and join us, Luke. I love that. Brilliant. Luke, Dignity Platform.
Yes.
For anyone, because we've met before, you've been on the show when we were a radio show,
That
which is
true.
why we're here in this tiny little cubbyhole of a radio studio.
A nice place it is.
It is, isn't it? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Try not to hit the mic because it goes through.
That's a good idea.
But for those who are tuning in on TV, what is Dignity Platform?
Dignity Platform is a new Brighton-based social venture which is bringing neighbours together to volunteer their skills to each other so that the money paid by the hirer can all go as a donation to causes. So it's a way of raising money for awesome projects you're passionate about simply by helping your neighbours or hiring that help. So because the doer is volunteering, all of that money being paid is quite a significant fund of money going to whether it's a local project you're passionate about or some global innovation that you want to support.
So people offering their services could be from any walk of life? No.
Totally, yeah. And often I think nice ideas like this can be, especially when made by youngish like millennials with big ideas, often don't put as much thought sometimes into accessibility, like genuinely getting a diverse usership in there. We really want to go the extra mile to try and involve all different kinds of people in the community, and Brighton is beautifully diverse, I think.
It is.
Challengingly and beautifully. But yeah, so for example, we have huge amounts of wealth in some parts of the city and exactly the opposite in other parts of the city, and I think there's a real opportunity in people meeting up and helping each other with fixing bicycles and gardening and boiler repair service and all the sort of unpredictable things we've already seen go through the platform.
So,
sorry.
I was going to say, so really it's people's time that they're investing for, and
so our strapline is giving by doing, and really what we're trying to evolve away from in the whole space of charity fundraising is reducing people who are passionate about social change and community projects to just wallets, just saying, thanks for your donation last summer, can you give us more money? Or chuck some dosh into this charity bucket, set up a direct debit. There's other ways to be helpful.
It's inspiring.
So we want to create this new way for people to, we want to create a way for everyone to contribute to stuff that's meaningful to them in their own way.
So from the point of view of the users of Dignity Platform, and there I stumble because there are many users to Dignity Platform as I understand it. You mentioned neighbours. I'm thinking of my neighbour who just lives right next door to me. Does Dignity Platform mean I have to go knock on their door? Or is it some different meaning of neighbour? And from the point of view of that user, what does Dignity Platform actually look like? How does it engage?
Yeah, sure. So most of the users of Dignity will go through our online marketplace.
Right, okay.
So you can go there right now. It's dignityplatform.org. And you'll see...
we'll get a link to that up on our Facebook page.
Lovely. And there'll be two main buttons on there. So you've got post and offer. So you can offer a skill. It could be filmmaking, it could be gardening, it could be anything you enjoy doing, a skill you'd like to volunteer to your neighbours.
Hang around in a hammock.
Often requested. Highly sought after.
No limits.
And then there's adding a request. So that's just requesting a specific skill that may not be offered yet on the marketplace, but possibly just because no one's thought to offer it yet. I think often we underestimate all the different things that we can do for each other that we wouldn't have thought of. So we just match-make the offers and requests.
Have the requests kind of stumped people yet? Have they been matched by
givers? We do
givers?
have a 4-piece saxophone quartet.
Wow.
That has been there for a little while, so if anyone
as
can
a
help
request?
with that, do.
Okay.
So someone's looking for a 4-piece saxophone quartet.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that is the longest sitting one on there.
Yeah.
Most of
Okay.
the others are a little bit more achievable, easier to achieve.
Let's have a look at that one if we can, because you're talking about a donation of money connected to the 4-piece saxophone quartet. How does that work? Is it 5p a musician?
So you've got, in every gig, we'd call it a meeting of the hirer and the doer.
Yes.
Okay, so just like on Airbnb, which is also a collaborative consumption platform,
Wow.
meaning you can switch roles. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And Airbnb is just the middleman that connected you guys. So you might be a guest, you might be a host, and then tomorrow the same two people might swap roles, potentially. Huh?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So same on Dignity platform. I might hire you to
With my
loiter
saxophone.
around in my hallway with a saxophone, and then you may hire me to do filmmaking for you the following day.
It's
So
slightly
you sign up as a user, but actually in each gig you can be a hirer or a doer.
It slightly reminds me of the local exchange trading systems, except that was obviously for personal need or offering as well. But of course, with this element of the charity, I mean, it blows it out the water.
I think that's
of
the
course.
perfect way of describing it. It is just like a time bank, except the person receiving the service is donating money to a cause.
So
Because the world is full of amazing projects, and a lot of these projects doing incredible work in our communities are struggling to get the funding that they need to thrive. And just briefly looking at the numbers, even a fairly small project that has maybe, let's say, 1,000 supporters, people who would say, I'm a supporter of this awesome charity or community project, if they get 1% of their supporters using Dignity platform, so that's 10 supporters on Dignity. We've already found that the average value of a gig is about £40.
Okay.
So it's quite a lot of money. It's more than your kind of cliche £3 a month or something. It's more than the average direct debit to a charity in the UK. So that's 10 times 40 as the average value of a gig. And so if they're just doing on average 1 gig per month, that 1% of supporters, that is £40 times 10 per month. So that's £400 a month, just like that, with 1% of their supporters using it.
There's a difference here, isn't there? Which it's taken me a little while to understand, and please check me if I'm wrong. But one of the most exciting things about it is, say I want to give to charity, but I don't want to do washing up in the night kitchen in a homeless centre because my skills are better than that. Personally, they're not. That's why I'm here. But let's pretend it's you as a filmmaker. So you could do something like, I'll offer filmmaking, which is something I'm good at, I'm passionate about, but I'm going to waive my fee, which in your case is, what, £480 a minute or something like that, and say I will give that money straight to the charity. So the charity gets the donation of the money. You get to help by doing what you enjoy. Is this the difference?
Exactly. Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Yeah, and so actually, technically, to go into detail, the hirer chooses where half of the money goes.
Okay.
All of the money is coming from the hirer's pocket.
Right.
But they only get to choose where half of it is donated. The doer gets to choose where the other half is donated.
Okay.
So that's an interesting kind of aspect to introduce. What was the purpose behind that?
Yes. We wanted to bring neighbours together partly out of a shared passion for the same kinds of causes and projects, whether that's tackling homelessness, it could be environmental issues, it could be food poverty, it could be something close to home, it could be something further afield. But what a beautiful way to get neighbours to make that first meeting and just make it a little bit less scary and have a talking point to sort of begin with.
So really a big part of a community introducing neighbours to neighbours as well, because it's all very... And how local is the base? How far does it spread? Well, because obviously you're talking about neighbours hopefully kind of not having to travel too far to do their offers.
I mean, so the scope of the vision is totally global. Like in the future, we want to have every people and planet before profit organisation fundraising with dignity, because it's designed to scale. But to begin with, to make it work to start with, we do need to root it in one place. And we live in Brighton. We think this is a beautiful community where people are open to each other and they have time and interest in things.
It's a real sad thing to have to bring this to an end because there's a lot to be said. But like I said, we will get the link to your website out on our Facebook page. Quick last plug of the web address, please.
Dignityplatform.org. Please get involved.
That's absolutely brilliant.
We will.
Well,